5 on your side at 10 starts now.
The temperatures were down in the 80s today. Similar numbers as we get into Sunday. Also a timeout, shower, and thunderstorm chances.
She lost her home in the May 16th tornado. Now volunteers are stepping in to save memories buried in the rubble. A teen killed in broad daylight. Tonight, a local group hopes to bring peace to a community in pain. Right now, St. Louis police are still on the lookout for the person who shot and killed that teen in North City. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robert Townsend. New tonight, 5 on your side's Annie Krall spoke to gun violence prevention advocates about the impact of yesterday's tragedy. Annie.
Well, Robert, police have not yet released what led up to Friday's shooting, and many people continue to emphasize how crucial outreach amongst teenagers is in the wake of yet another death during the St. Louis summer.
We want to walk to the corner where the youngster lost his life at.
Prayer in the aftermath of pain.
We will no longer stand around and watch our babies get mowed down.
The same intersection where a 16-year-old was shot and killed on Friday morning became a moment of reflection for the community and gun violence prevention organization Show Me Peace the very next day.
There's a bunch of men and women on our team that's dedicated to reducing gun violence in our communities and trying to heal back the neighborhoods that once were safe for children to grow up in. And so all the people that's behind me come from these environments.
The Walnut Park neighborhood is just one of 4 that the organization focuses on.
We need everybody to come together to heal.
It's bittersweet in that, yeah, I hate for us to have to come together under these terms, but the fact that we can come together, we can show some concern and some unity around these events and these situations, it says that there's still hope in our communities.
It's funded by the City of St. Louis Office of Violence Prevention.
So of course, we can't stop things from happening, but when they do happen, we get into space and we de-escalate, we mediate, we navigate both sides of the conflict. Ideally, we want to be preventative.
St. Louis Metro Police say the teen was shot just before 10:30 a.m. near Beacon and Lillian Avenues.
Violence and crime doesn't have a clock, right? So people have conflict all the time.
A witness telling police he flagged down an officer after seeing the teen run into the street asking for help. The 16-year-old later died.
Unfortunately, oftentimes when our community come together, it's around a funeral. Often when family come together, it's around a funeral or some type of loss or some type of trauma.
In the summertime, you can at least bank on several kids losing their lives and not returning back to school, and that shouldn't be the normal, but sadly, that's the normal.
The founder of Breaking Generational Poverty, Precious Jones, lost her 20-year-old son 3 years ago when he was shot and killed.
And even if you never lost a child to gun violence or violence, imagine you seeing your baby in a casket and you happen to close that casket. So, I mean, get involved, do something. We want change, and it shouldn't take you to lose a child to want change for other people's kids.
No arrests have been made, and police have not shared the name of the teen who was killed. I asked Show Me Peace leaders what the next few days look like for them in Walnut Park. They said they're going to continue canvassing and talking to friends and family to facilitate healing. Robert?
16 years old, so sad. Andy, thanks. We're now taking a live look at the Arch in downtown St. Louis. Police are reminding parents about an overnight curfew for minors. That's after crowds of kids gathered downtown last weekend. Police say one teen was taken into custody overnight for breaking curfew and shooting off fireworks. Their parent was cited. Now, curfew times are from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. from Friday to Saturday and from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. Police say if kids are caught breaking curfew, parents will be held responsible. Right now, part of Washington Avenue in downtown is shut down to cut down on dangerous driving. This is between 12th and 14th Streets. Police are shutting it down between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. every Friday and Saturday. This will happen through the fall. Police say they're trying to stop reckless drivers from cruising in the city. Now it's time for our weather impact forecast. We have a flash flood warning for one of our southern counties. Let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo.
Yeah, you know, Robert, so at about 8:49 p.m., a flash flood warning was issued for the Black River area near Highway K. And over 5 inches of rain has fallen in this area in just a couple of hours. So folks down there were asked to move to higher ground. So the rain, it looks like it is beginning to taper off down there, which is great news. And we'll see those shower and thunderstorm complexes finally weaken. And you can see that rain around Steelville. That used to be some heavy rain that is now pushed on to the north and weakened quite a bit. So for the rest of us, we have a partly cloudy sky. And for the rest of the night, it looks like most areas will start to dry out. There's a front just to the south of us. And then we also have some of that wildfire smoke from Canada mixing down to the surface in northern Missouri, reducing visibility. So a lot going on. So tonight, partly cloudy in most areas and about 74. It remains humid, but I'll time out shower and thunderstorm chances for tomorrow coming up in just a bit.
Cleanup continues in North St. Louis after the May 16th tornado. Today, volunteers helped a woman who lost her home in the storm. Gwendolyn Hudgens says she and her son were home when the EF3 tornado hit. They have been living in tents near their home ever since. Today, people spent hours clearing lots of debris and digging for personal items trapped under all that rubble.
We found the roof in the basement, so we had to dig all that stuff out. She had some totes down there with personal mementos and whatnot. That poor lady, I can't believe it. So that's got to be devastating. Just the whole house gone.
Now, over at the Urban League, the organization held a food truck day to help those impacted by the tornado. Staff and volunteers handed out nearly 1,000 meals. There's another food truck day planned next Saturday from noon to 3. A reminder, FEMA help is still available for tornado survivors. To learn more on how to apply, just text the word FEMA to 314-425-5355 and we will send you a link. He's dubbed the Devil in the Ozarks. Tonight we're learning how the convicted killer used a Sharpie to escape prison. Healing through music. The St. Louis brothers bringing people together after the May 16th tornado.
Not as hot, but the humidity is sticking around, and I'll time out chances for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday.
Tonight we're learning more about the bizarre prison escape of a man known as the Devil in the Ozarks. Grant Hardin is a former police chief convicted of killing a man and raping a teenager. You see his mugshot right there. Now, back in May, he escaped from a prison in Arkansas. Police say he was wearing a makeshift police uniform. They say Hardin used old prison clothing, colored it with a Sharpie, and made a badge from a soup can lid, a button, and a Bible cover.
Do we have any indication as to how long he had been preparing for this escape?
Not a specific. It had probably been, the ballpark of 6 to 8 months as to when he was probably actively getting the material together, starting to manufacture the uniform.
Hardin was found 1.5 miles away from the prison. 2 Arkansas prison employees were fired this week. One of them let Hardin go outside a kitchen area that was unsupervised. The other opened a gate from a watchtower and let him walk away without verifying his identity. Tonight, we're hearing from crews who saved lives during historic and deadly flooding in Texas. Many lives were lost at Camp Mystic, where Coast Guard officers rescued nearly 200 people. Here's Matt Doherty.
Tell me the one rescue that sticks in your mind when you go to bed every night. What's the one that you're thinking about?
There was one little girl, I don't remember her name, but she was asking me if she could bring her stuffed animal, if there was space in the helicopter, and the obvious answer was yes.
For Seth Reeves, it was giving Jolly Ranchers. The lieutenant remembers what they were wearing.
I think I said that over the radio. I was like, hey, I was like, hey, why do we have girls getting into the helicopter without shoes on?
For Lieutenant Hopper, it was the girl who reminded him to be a dad.
She's got tears running down her face, and she's scared. Clearly, she may have just lost her sisters. She may have just lost her friends. And I turn around and I give her a thumbs up, and I look in her eyes, and she looks back at me, and she gives me a thumbs up back, and musters a very scared but trying to be brave kind of smile.
Although 1 week has passed, it still feels like hours for the crew since they were swooping into valleys, rappelling on ropes through rushing water in the rain, and carrying the most defenseless and helpless to safety.
We received a phone call and we talked to one of those little girls who, sat on the phone with us and thanked them for, being here.
Sometimes it's the sweetest words that are the most difficult to repeat.
The hardest thing I've ever had to do was not only listening to a small child that shouldn't have to know the horrors of a tragedy as this, but to thank us for something they really don't understand.
Well, they've played on stages across the country. Now the Bosman twins are back in St. Louis. How their music is bringing hope after devastation in North City.
And that flash flood warning continues in east central Reynolds County and south of Lesterville, east of Ellington and west of Annapolis. But that storm activity is tapering off. We'll have much more on this coming up.
And how awesome is this? 5 of your side's own Art Holiday is retiring after 46 years. You're invited to a lighthearted roast to help us celebrate. It's this Tuesday at the Missouri History Museum. Happy hour is at 5. The program starts at 6:30. It's free to attend. Two jazz musicians return home to heartbreak. The Bosman twins have played all over the country. Now they're back in St. Louis and seeing the damage left behind after the May 16th tornado. 5 of your side's Rennie Knott shows us how they're hoping their music can help others.
They are brothers.
I'm Dwight Bosman, and this is little Dwight Bosman. No, I'm just kidding.
But the twins certainly don't joke when they're blowing and working their saxophones with passion.
Our love for music is infinite.
Entertaining the crowd.
They see that we're putting ourselves into it.
With their unique style.
We don't play like anyone else. We don't sound like anybody else but the Bosman twins.
The sound has taken them places around the world.
You name it, pretty much. We've played all over.
But the playing began here in St. Louis.
We started at age 10.
Dwight and Dwayne attended Beaumont High School, just a short distance from the tornado-damaged neighborhoods of North City.
Tragic.
Lately, it's been tough coming home.
Devastating. It hurts so badly.
But they also believe
it prepares you.
There is a strength that comes from living here.
It prepares us for rejection as well as approval.
The Bosman twins now want to serve as the example.
We have to try to do whatever we can.
Pied Pipers of sorts.
The sky is the limit still.
Leading people through the adversity.
It will stagnate progress for people trying to get ahead. You just have to keep working at it and working at it. You have to want something out of life.
While they have achieved heights with their music, the twins remain grounded.
Humble.
Grateful.
Humbled by their musical journey.
We didn't get here to where we are now in 30 seconds. It's been a long time.
And grateful for their spirit to persevere.
We haven't done it all. We're still striving.
It's nice to see they want to help out their community. The twins will perform in St. Louis the weekend of August 9th at the Blue Strawberry. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is back now with our weather impact forecast. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, hey, Robert. So a lot of us have camped, even I remember as a kid getting down into that Black River area near Highway K. So today and this evening, they had a flash flood warning. And in fact, just before 9 p.m., a lot of folks down there asked to move to higher ground. It's a small slither here of Reynolds County and just south of Lesterville. Again, just a small portion, but it does look like that flash flood warning will continue till about 11:45, but that rain is really starting to taper off, which is some good news there. All that rain that was heavy near Steelville and also down around Viburnum, well, that's all dissipating. And so any of that rain is really not expected in St. Louis. So we'll call it partly cloudy for the rest of the night and humid and temperatures in the lower 70s. So there's a front just to the south of us and likely going to become stationary and then eventually move back to the north as a warm front. So tomorrow afternoon, we'll see some more showers and storms popping up and that daytime heating. And it looks like 80s again for highs. Today's high was only 86. Tomorrow we'll be lucky if we hit 86, but showers and storms a little bit more widespread until that sun goes down and then that rain really tapers off. But from noon to 7 p.m., locally heavy rain is possible and gusty wind. We're not expecting severe weather, but like today, we had that flash flood warning in Reynolds County. So stay weather aware, have several ways to get warnings just in case we have a little bit of a problem with a flood advisory or a flash flood warning. High pressure is trying to keep us dry, but tomorrow that's not going to be the case with that moisture around and those high dew points. So tomorrow, highs in the 80s. Some showers and storms becoming a little bit more likely late morning into the early afternoon hours, and that risk of severe weather very limited. Again, down around Reynolds County, maybe an isolated severe cell with some stronger wind gusts. All right, right now in St. Louis, it's 81 degrees. It is sticky out there. 70 is that dew point. 86 was the high, and 90 is the average high for this time of year. So we kind of lucked out. Had a nice cool day today, but boy, with that humidity, it didn't feel like it, did it? So Sunday, 86 for that high. Keep the umbrellas handy. Then Monday, less in the way of rain, but 91. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, scattered showers and storms becoming a little bit more numerous. And then we dry out as we get into Friday and cool back down after Wednesday's high of 93.
A warmer and rainy Sunday ahead.
Yeah, maybe. A little in spots.
Jim, thanks a lot. Corey's here now with what's coming up in sports.
Well, Robert, the Cardinals had an eventful day at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals' top prospect had an impressive day on the big stage, and a local recruit made some area fans happy. Sports is up after the break. In just about 2.5 weeks, the Cardinals will have to make a decision about their season. That's the trade deadline. Next week, they'll have the All-Star break to think about their place in the standings. It sure would be nice to enter that break off a series win over the Braves. To do that, they needed to win today and tomorrow. Lots of talk about who would start today, and in the end, it was Eric Fetty getting another chance. And the Braves broke out early. 2 long home runs from Ronald Acuna Jr. and Marcell Ozuna. Braves were up 3-0 to start the game. Cardinals battled back thanks to some power of their own. Nolan Gorman off the lefty and over the fence. That tied things up at 3. 6th inning, you just cannot contain Joel Pozo. He crushes his 4th home run of the season. That put the Cardinals up 4-3. Cards up 5-3 in the 8th. Phil Maton has not allowed a home run all season long. I think you know where this is going, though. Sean Murphy, 3-run, go-ahead shot. He continues to crush the Cardinals. Birds, not quite dead yet, though. A wild pitch would score a run, and this game is tied in the 8th inning. However, that back and forth continued, and the Braves got a run off Ryan Helsley in the 9th, and that was enough to get the win. The Cardinals cannot answer in the bottom of the 9th, and Atlanta wins 7-6 to take the series. Here are some Cardinals' arms on the loss.
Obviously, could have gone a little better. Giving up the runs early is never good, but obviously, everyone knows the way things have been going, and today I felt much more in control of my stuff and the zone.
It's very easy to spiral in this game, and I think it's, you can look at the video, dive into it tomorrow, but ultimately just kind of come in, prepare, and, get ready to do it again because, it's going to be another situation where, we might be called upon in a big situation, and you can't be sulking on the pass. You got to go in and make some pitches.
No matter the level, no matter the stage, J.J. Weatherholt hits. The Cardinals' top prospect was their representative in the Futures game down in Atlanta today. Made a good first impression. Weatherholt led off with a double for the National League. They won 4-2. Weatherholt will be featured tomorrow night on Sports Plus, where I asked him about his rapid rise.
It's really easy to get outside yourself. Oh, how long is it going to be until I can, go here? How long is it going to be until I can debut? Or how long is it going to be until this, and this? And when you think about it like that, you just get lost in the process. And if you can focus on the process and how you're taking it day by day, that's the beauty of it. Everybody wants to focus, and it's natural on the end goal and the destination of getting to the major leagues, but you can find beauty in that process. I think it'll help you speed up that process.
That was the scene as Kirkwood 4-star receiver and safety Jacob Eberhardt committed to Illinois and Brett Bielema tonight. Eberhardt picked Illinois over Oklahoma, Mizzou, Alabama, and Nebraska. Eberhardt's late father Jason played at Illinois in the 90s. I caught up with the new Illini commit and his former NFL star cousin after the announcement.
The job's just getting started. God put me on this road and he put all this stuff on my plate. And man, I'm blessed to have it on my plate. And now it's time to go eat. It's time to go eat, and I'm gonna eat one step at a time. And it wasn't easy at all. I came down to OU in Illinois, and it was not easy.
His dad, my big cousin Jason, this is what he wanted for him. And he been saying he gonna do this his whole life, man. Like I was in the NFL, he telling me, hey, Bill coming, Jacob coming, he coming for you. So man, it just feel good. I just know my big cousin up there watching down smiling. So my heart just feel good, man.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
City SC and Portland are the only MLS show around tomorrow night. They'll cap off the match week at Energizer Park. City will be looking for their first win in 43 days. We can only talk about better play, injuries, and moral victories for so long. City needs to win a game. They'll have Edward Leuven back at midfield to help that cause. While the playoffs have become the longest of long shots, the team is still using that as motivation.
I still think these guys, they're going to feel pressure because I know they really want it. They really want to make themselves, their teammates, their city really proud. But Zhao's in a good, he made a good statement that maybe he doesn't feel the pressure as much. So now they can really go and express themselves out there. So I'm looking forward to that.
Finally tonight, some somber news. Former St. Louis football Cardinal Pro Bowl tackle Luis Sharp died yesterday. Sharp was a first-round pick for the Big Red in 1982 and started all 189 games he played until his retirement in 1994. Sharp battled addiction after his career and spent time in jail before getting sober and helping others overcome their own battles. He was 65 years old. Robert, that'll do for sports.
Corey, thanks a lot. Our thoughts are with his family and friends. And Jim has a final look at our weather, including those storms in Reynolds County.
Yes, let's talk about that flash flood warning. It started about an hour and 40 minutes ago. Still a flash flood warning until 11:45 for right at the Black River at Highway K. People were asked to move to higher ground. It does look like that storm activity is starting to taper off, but we'll have more bubbling up tomorrow. So stay tuned tomorrow and just stay weather aware.
Indeed. And that's 5 on Your Side at 10. Saturday Night Live is coming your way next. Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 6 a.m. A great tomorrow, everybody.